What's up, YouTube? False back with another reaction video today. Today we're switching it up. We're gonna be doing some local news in Chicago. We got two clips. One is from WGN in Chicago. The other one is from CBS. Um, Switching it up, trying something new on the channel. Uh, Sorry for the delay in content. I was kind of like depressed because I got a for those has been hotel videos. One of them I got a strike, so that kind of upset me. But we got to keep growing, keep grinding. So we're back on the grind with this, and we're gonna get into this local clip. These two local clips. We'll play the first one now.
Where local leaders are fighting over transparency, spending, and safety. Now, the South Suburbs' controversial mayor is firing back, and it all played out at a public meeting last night.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work.
Tiffany Henyard considers herself something of a crusader, but one who's clearly annoyed by questions from a rebellious group of Dalton trustees who are in a standoff with her over spending.
At the end
Come on.
of the day, vendors are not being paid. Board approved it. The vendors are not being paid.
How about you be a good leader, bring our piece to the forefront? So not just us, but the residents and everybody else in America
Come on.
know how the money is being spent.
WGN Investigates has cataloged tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars spent on trips, meals, and more.
Ridiculous.
By Tiffany Henyard and her allies in Dalton
Disgusting.
and on the Thornton Township Board, where she's the supervisor. Township credit card records show Henyard and other officials spent more than $67,000.
Just to give some real quick context, sorry for the pause. I know some people don't like it, some people don't mind. It is what it is. If you're here, you're supporting me, and you're gonna roll with these punches. But I'm gonna give some quick context. Um, I'm not one of those people that claim Chicago. I don't live in the suburbs. I live in the city. I'm an actual South Sider. I do have people, though, family members that live in the suburbs. Some in the suburb of Dalton, which is a local suburb in Chicago. And it's kind of interesting, just actually seeing some local corruption. I thought it would be an interesting story to talk about. I have seen some of the things that have come out in the news articles and other YouTubers videos about her. Rampant corruption of just spending the taxpayers' money on ridiculous trips, food. She supposedly had a local charity too for cancer that she came up with, where there was like 1 million donations that went missing. So we're gonna check that out too. Unexpected pause. Sorry about that. We're back. It may sound weird in the video, but excuse that. Somebody rang my doorbell, so I had to pause. But anyway, it's local corruption. It's interesting to me because I have family that lives over there, and uh, if you live somewhere, you should care about your politicians, your local officials, and make sure you're holding them accountable to do the right thing. So let's continue.
On trips to Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City.
Has nothing to do with a suburb in
So were the
Illinois.
accommodations in Atlanta.
What are you
Henyard
doing
and
in
her
these
team
places,
stayed at the
lady?
Four Seasons Hotel, costing taxpayers more than $9,000. In New York,
Ridiculous.
the bill came to $13,000. Henyard has refused to explain the specific purpose of the trips.
Yeah, I wouldn't
or
explain
why
it
she
either
traveled
because you
in
don't
such
have an
style.
explanation.
But
You're
she
just doing BS.
appeared to refer to our reporting at Monday's Dalton meeting.
But everything we do for the people.
No, you don't. That's a lie.
We getting scrutinized in the media. For what? Loving on the people? Showing them that they matter to us?
How are you loving on the people when you're spending their money?
Calls her critics grandstanders who should get in line.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'all stuff. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman.
It doesn't matter what your skin color is, ma'am. If you're doing wrong and wrong by the people you're appointed to represent, you need to be held accountable.
Trustee budget cuts. Then 4 people were shot and injured last week.
I know where that AutoZone is.
Opponents pointing out her sizable security detail.
Exactly. Why do you have security? You're a small town mayor.
But what has happened is $1 million out of my budget has been cut
Crazy.
because of politics.
We're not saying the police is not doing a good job. What we're saying is you're assigning all of them to be with you when they should be out here protecting the residents so we can all feel safe.
Mhm.
Residents are taking notice. Some spoke for and
As
others
they should.
against the mayor.
But we got the mayor here. I mean, meeting with the president of the United States. Everyone's seen the picture. I mean, that's a big deal. That is great promotion for this city,
She's not-
for this town.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lady, why are you there?
be civil. Do things right.
Leave that to the larger representatives in the state, the governor
Here to
and senators. You have no business being there.
not yourself.
And you're taking a selfie like
And
you're a
the- and the
fan.
publicity
It's
team no longer
ridiculous.
respond to our emails seeking an explanation of her spending. As we've reported, she is also the face of a cancer charity that bears her name. One that
Mhm.
has failed to file required financial disclosures. The Illinois Attorney General.
Yeah, I
has
bet
given the
she did.
foundation until the middle
Probably
of this
funding the
month
town
to
budget
know
in there.
how it spends its money or face legal action.
All right, that was the first clip. Let's watch the second clip. This clip, it's about the Bears, so we're gonna look at that. It's about the stadium that they're trying to build. Let me start that from the beginning. And play.
Super Bowl week is here, and while
Okay.
many are focusing on the big game in Las Vegas here in Chicago, there's a growing focus on where the Bears might build their new stadium.
Last
Yes,
summer, the
sir.
team spent millions to buy and demolish the old Arlington racetrack in the suburbs. Now, after suburban options appeared the direction the team was headed in 2023, we now see some
Yeah.
renewed interest in making the stadium happen in the city. CBS 2 political reporter Chris Ty is live for us at
Me personally, I could take it either or. Arlington Heights would be cool because it would be a massive, like, not just a stadium, but they'll build like a whole entertainment district. That's the thoughts around it, like bars, clubs, food, maybe even shopping, stuff like that. So that would be cool. And then, there's nothing like being in home. You're home in Chicago. So if they could make that work, possibly that's cool too.
Soldier Field with where things stand. Chris?
Jim and Marie, you both know when you're sifting through stories like this, you're really doing a lot of reading between the lines.
Mhm.
Who's talking to whom, trying to accrue leverage to try to win on behalf of their team or their suburb or their city. When CBS2 interviewed the new Bears president late last week, it became clear building in the shadow of Soldier Field certainly seemed very appealing to him, but nothing's official yet. Over 100 million people will have their eyes fixed on the desert of Nevada this weekend as the Super Bowl makes its Vegas debut.
Yep.
But in Chicago, it's this sliver of real estate, the parking lot south of Soldier Field, that's the football focal point of Lake. Have the Bears refocused on a domed stadium adjacent to Soldier Field? Do you have an overall timetable of when you want to get things done? In an interview with CBS2 Sports Director Marshall Harris, airing after the Super Bowl, Bears President Kevin Warren talks about his vision. And while the team owns 326 acres in Arlington Heights at the site of the old racetrack, his vision was
a year
clearest
ago, I
for
think.
a stadium in the city.
I love Chicago. I've said it many times before. It's the greatest city in the world. And very rarely do you get, beautiful water along a downtown coast with buildings and all of the strong business community. And so we're doing all that we possibly can to figure out what's the best location for the Chicago Bears.
He didn't put a timetable on it, and suburban leaders I spoke with aren't giving up hope that the Bears could, in the end, head their way. Insiders say don't expect news until the spotlight comes off the Super Bowl this Sunday. Warren says he's explored every conceivable site that could house a stadium around here, including the south side spot the White Sox are considering. His expertise on building dome stadiums like he did up for the Minnesota Vikings was said to be one of the strongest attributes when the Bears hired him. The waiting game continues on where the team will ultimately call home in the decades ahead. But Chicago seems to put the gleam in the eye of the loudest voice in the room. Now, some NFL insiders who really know their stuff say don't count out Arlington Heights. The Bears didn't just willy-nilly buy the old Arlington Park and then demolish it while it's right next to some key highways and train tracks.
Yeah.
That is really a valuable asset, so keep your eye on that. But again, there are tax complications, as there are
Yeah,
everywhere,
that's the
but some big
problem.
ones out in Arlington Heights. If you want to see more of that interview with the Bears president and Marshall Harris, you can watch our newscast that follows the Super Bowl this Sunday here on CBS2. For now, live at Soldier Field, Chris Tice.
So that was a little bit of local news. No, hopefully wherever the Bears stadium, as long as you're a Bears fan, you know we're there. We're gonna show up. We're gonna represent, and we're gonna hope for the best for our team. Let's see what happens in this year's draft. It's gonna be interesting. Local politics as well. Let's see what happens in and around the Chicago area and then around the country too. I'm not opposed to looking at other towns and cities news. Everything is possible and can happen on this channel. So that was the video for today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section, tell a friend, and we'll see you in the next video.